Quick, graph y equals 1 over the quantity of x plus 3 by hand 2 different ways. This is part of the family of functions series. You will need graph paper, or you can download this PDF and print it. Press pause as needed anytime. The first way is using what we call the reciprocal dance. And normally the center of the hyperbola is at the origin, but because of the plus 3 inside the function, we need to shift each point to the left 3 units. Negative 3 comma 0 is our new center, or new origin, if you will. We'll draw the vertical asymptote, the line x equals negative 3. The horizontal asymptote is the x-axis, or the line y equals 0. And from this new center, we'll go ahead and do our reciprocal dance. Starting with right 1, up 1, because the reciprocal of 1 is 1. Right 2 up a half, reciprocal of 2 is a half. And right a half up 2, the reciprocal of a half is 2. Moving to the new third quadrant rather, left 1, down 1, the reciprocal of negative 1 is negative 1. Left 2, down a half, the reciprocal of negative 2 is negative a half. And left a half, down 2, the reciprocal of negative a half is negative 2. Connecting the points, you're going to get the 2 branches of the hyperbola. And comparing that to y equals 1 over x, the parent function, you can see that from blue to green, each point is shifted to the left 3 units, each point. The second way would be using a table. So these are the values you will use for x for our 1 over x graph, and taking the reciprocal of each one. We need to subtract 3 from each of the x coordinates because of the plus 3 inside the function. So 2 minus 3 is going to be negative 1. And then the y coordinates remain the same, so it's going to be negative 1 comma a half. 1 minus 3 is negative 2 comma 1 is negative 2 comma 1. A half minus 3, I'm going to think of the 3 as 6 halves. So 1 half minus 6 halves is negative 5 halves, keeping the y coordinate the same and plotting that point. 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and at that point it's undefined. So that's going to be our vertical asymptote at x equals negative 3. Negative a half minus 6 halves is negative 7 halves, comma negative 2. Plot that point. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4, comma negative 1. And negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, comma negative 1 half. We'll go ahead and draw in the horizontal asymptote, the x-axis, or the line y equals 0. Connect the points to get the 2 branches of the hyperbola. And then again compare it to the parent function y equals 1 over x. Now you try one. Graph y equals 1 over the quantity of x plus 1. Use either method or both for the practice. Pause to do this and resume when you're finished to check it. And this one is the hyperbola shifted to the left 1 unit.